Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 5 of our series of practical workshops related to distance learning. And I'm very proud to present two of today's speakers. It's Allyson and Erika. And hopefully you're going to have some valuable information from them and you will learn something. So Allyson, would you mind introducing yourself quickly, and then Erika I'll pass the word to you.
Okay. Sure. I'm Allyson Apsey. I'm an elementary principal in Zeeland, Michigan, which is in West Michigan in the United States. And I have been a principal for 16 years or something like that. I taught grades 3 through 8 before becoming a principal, and I've been a principal of every level. And I am absolutely a newbie to distance learning. I am a people person and love that in-person connection. And so when we chat today, we're going to take a look at how we can help others discover the best in themselves, even when we can't be together.
That's great. Thank you very much, Allyson. Erika, please.
Oh, that's fantastic, Allyson. I can't wait to see that. Hi, I'm Erika Sandstrom. I am also known as Green Screen Gal. I was dubbed that a while ago. And I teach digital media, grades 6 through 8. But right now I'm standing in as a digital learning coach for K through 5 and mindfulness coach for my school district. So it's been an interesting time. And I'm here today to spread some joy and to teach you some great things you can do without a green screen. And I think there'd be fun for the whole family. And I hope that people partake, because it's a blast. So I look forward to playing.
Great. Sounds amazing. Thank you very much for both of you once again that you're here today. And just quick house rules that if you're watching us live, you are very welcome to post your questions in regards to both presentations. Once Allyson is finished, we'll have quick question and answer session, and she will be able to answer live. And we'll do the same with Erika after her presentation. However, if you don't have questions now and you're watching us in the recording, you're very welcome to connect with Allyson and with Erika. I'm showing Twitter, and you will have all the details under their presentation and the video presentation. So great. Fantastic. Then Erika will start with Allyson's presentation, and I'll move you off the screen for now. Okay? See you later.
Hi, Erika.
Yeah. Hi, Allyson.
See you soon.
Got it.
Okay, Allyson, the stage is yours, and I'll mute myself. I'll turn off my video, and if you have any questions, I'm watching, and I'll be available to jump in if needed. Okay?
I do have one question. Yep. I have some interactivity built in, and so should I just try it and see if people respond or not, or skip that part?
We can see, we can just say if you're watching live and if you'd be interested to participate in such activities, please write something in the chat box. And if we don't see anything, then maybe it would be best to skip that. How does that sound to you?
That sounds great. And maybe I'll just describe how I would use it if it were live. Okay.
Yeah, good.
All right.
And you can share your screen, and I'll bring it up to the room as well.
Okay. I will go to share screen, right? And then I'll go. And then I can just go over here, but I can't see myself, but that's okay. Is this?
That's okay. You should be able to see yourself, and we see your presentation as well.
You do see the presentation? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, great.
All right. Well, I can't see anything else except my presentation, so I'm just going to roll with it. I can't see the comments, so you'll help me.
I will do.
Okay. Wonderful. So we're going to talk today about helping others discover the best in themselves. And this, like full disclosure, is a presentation that I typically give in person. I don't typically do presentations or like webinars online. I do a lot of connecting via social media and podcasting and things like that, but this is a new format for me. So I try to adapt some of this to the webinar format, but you're going to see that maybe there's a little bit of clunkiness. But that clunkiness, I think, can also help us think about how we can adapt what we typically do in person to distance learning. So here we go. You can follow me at Allyson Apsey on Twitter, Facebook, wherever. And my hashtag is SerendipityEDU, and I'll explain a little bit about that as we go along. So I just want to say, first of all, whether you're watching live or you're watching afterward, there is absolutely no place I'd rather be than with you right now. And I like to use music to share that. I don't know if you recognize this song, but it's actually called Rather Be by Clean Bandit.
We were 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled.
And for those of us who are at home right now, which is pretty much all of us, we know that there probably are lots of places we'd rather be than at home. Like, I would so love to be at school today, but I can't. So since I can't, there might as well be no place I'd rather be than right here with you doing this webinar, connecting in this way. And I'd like us to think about that concept in relation to how, as a principal, how do I greet teachers when they enter the building? Or as an educator, how do you greet students as they enter the classroom? And for us, as we're greeting them as they enter our Zoom meeting or some kind of other virtual learning setting, how are we greeting them so that they know there is no place we'd rather be than right there with them in that moment? In this concept, being in the moment with them and celebrating the moment, that applies to whether we are far apart distance-wise or whether we're in the same building. So that's just something I think about all the time. And I love that I start each presentation this way, because it reminds me to let the participants know that there's absolutely no place I'd rather be than right here, right now with you. And I just want to introduce myself a little bit. So this is me. That's one of my 5th grade teachers at Quincy Elementary, Jessie. He is just being a goofball along with me. That's me most of the time. I'm like super enthusiastic, like mouth open, embracing the world kind of person. But I want to share you that this is also me. And actually, it's my family. It's my mom, my brother, my sister, and me. Can you tell which one I am? Yep, I'm right there. And if we go back, we can see that there is a brochure in my mom's hand, and it says Epcot Center. So this is me as a preteen at Epcot, at Disney World. Like, seriously. So I am sharing this with you because having this kind of approach to life and just trying to be the sunshine in everyone else's life is not something that has come natural to me in my life. It's something that I have to work on every single day. And I mean, in so many different ways. Like my t-shirt says Serendipity Mindset, a reminder. My necklace says Serendipity. The ring on this finger says I am enough. I'm wearing bracelets that remind me of my school staff. Like there are, from the music I listen to when I first wake up to the things that I tell myself, there are so many things that I've entrenched into my life as habits that help me be the person that I want to be to everyone around me. And this makes me get a little teary-eyed right now because we are disconnected. We are not together in the same way, yet we can still support each other and be sunshine in each other's lives and embrace the opportunity to learn and grow and become better through this crisis. So there's a little bit of my history. So who are you? And I have a song for this, of course. I want to share with you what I'm playing music on because this is so much fun. I can't see myself, so I'm just going to, I'll just step back. Okay, so we're playing it right now. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is a fanny pack with speakers. I'm going to tilt it. Can you see that? A fanny pack with speakers. I wear this around school all the time. My Quincy Elementary family can tell you. And I mean, when you wear a fanny pack with speakers around everywhere, you are like a living musical. And this is, you can play your favorite music and everybody loves it. It's so much fun. This is, Who Are You? This is a song from The Who. Go figure, right? So at this point in the presentation, with live people, I often use something called MendteMeter. And so I'm going to actually exit out. We'll see if we have any participants. We're just going to give this a try. We are going to go to menti.com. And then we're going to use that code. And don't worry, I'm going to switch the screen, but the code is available on menti.com. I just want to see if anybody's out there. But even if nobody responds live, I'll just share with you what I do with this activity, because I think using MendteMeter with students or with distance learning is a great tool right now. So I'm going to switch out. I'm going to escape out of this. And we don't have any comments, so that's okay. We're going to go to menti.com and use this code 876243. So if you go to menti.com and you put in that code, then we're going to see answers from you. What's your favorite television show growing up? And I've never done this with an international audience. Probably not going to be able to do it right now. That's okay. But it would be so interesting to hear from an international audience the favorite television show growing up. So I can go to MendteMeter, back to one of my previous. Let me just, don't want that. We're going to escape out of here. And then I'm going to go to home. And then I'm going to show you a presentation that I've done in the past. So we'll just go to this one. There were 18 people in the presentation. And I asked them, what was your favorite television show growing up? And you can see their favorite television shows. So we're going to pause that scroll. The Facts of Life, 90210, Who's the Boss? And I still have my fanny pack on, and I have another fun playlist. I'm going to play a couple songs for you. Maybe this was one of your favorite television shows. Do you know what the theme song is? If you guessed I Dream of Jeannie, you are absolutely right. How about this one? This one is on the screen right now. Did you guess Who's the Boss? Okay, so we'll go back into the slides, but I wanted to share that I use this tool, MendteMeter, and use that question to bring everyone into the room. It is funny to think about what our favorite television show growing up was. And I ask this question to adults. I haven't asked the question to students yet, but I think it would be interesting to ask that question to students as they enter even our digital learning environment, to ground them into the room. This MendteMeter allows all of the students to have a voice in the classroom, even if they're not comfortable speaking up verbally. And then it's also fun and creates connections. So we laugh so much as we see those television shows and people are like, oh yeah, I remember that one. And then we play the theme songs and guess them. And it's just a fun inclusion activity to bring everyone into the room, because whether we are together physically or not, that's a really important thing, is to bring everyone into the room and allow them to have a voice. So I am also an author. I have written 4 books. There's actually 5 total. I'll tell you about the 5th one. But my first book is called The Path to Serendipity. Help discover the gifts along life's journey. And this one is more of like an introspective journey where you connect your story to my story and we learn and grow together. They say that you always write the book that you need, and this is absolutely the case. This is a book that I need, ideas I need to think about every single day. My second book is actually a picture book, and it's called The Princess of Serendip, and Molly Blaisdell is a beautiful artist, and she illustrated it for me. And because I am obsessed, literally obsessed with the idea of serendipity, of course I researched the word, and one of the stories is that the origin is from a 16th century Persian tale called The Three Princes of Serendip. And I rewrote that story, and it's It mirrors the original in some ways, and it veers very far from the original in other ways, because when you're a writer, you have artistic freedom and you can just make up stories as when they're in public domain and are hundreds of years old. So in this book, three princesses they're very selfish and lazy, and they venture off and learn beautiful lessons about having pride and hard work, being grateful, kindness, and then ultimately the beautiful gifts that are embedded in our lives as we embrace those opportunities to learn and grow alongside each other, the idea of serendipity. And my third book is called Through the Lens of Serendipity, Helping Others Discover the Best in Themselves, Even if Life Has Shown Them Its Worst. And a lot of the concepts we're talking about here and there. And the book I just released is called The Serendipity Journal, and it's a middle grades realistic fiction chapter book. It's so beautiful. I love it. It just came out in February, and it takes some of the ideas of the path of serendipity and through the lens of serendipity and embeds them into a compelling realistic fiction story that is geared toward middle grade students. So like grades 4 through 6 are absolutely perfect. And then the fifth book is a journal, actually, to go along with the Serendipity Journal. Like this is the physical journal that kids can write in. So this is called My Serendipity Journal. So I share all of that with you because like I'm super proud of that work, but also because I just want to express that I am totally in love with the idea of having a serendipity mindset. Oh, I also did a TED Talk that's called Serendipity is Everywhere, so you're welcome to check that out. It's available on YouTube. But I wanted to share the serendipity mindset, and it's so important during a global pandemic. And it's that there are happy accidents and beautiful lessons in everything we experience, even what we're experiencing right now. They're there if we look for them. It all depends on what we look for. And that serendipity mindset is that idea of looking through a lens of serendipity, looking for those beautiful lessons and happy accidents in everything we experience. And when I say everything, I mean everything. I mean the sorrows that that are gravest sorrows, and then all the way to joys beyond our imagination, and all that everyday stuff in between. There are beautiful lessons embedded in everything. And at the very least, when I go through something, I'm not really sure what the lesson is, but at the very least, I have empathy for others going through that same experience because I can understand better how they feel when I go through something. So at the very least, we can always learn empathy. So there's my little obsession with serendipity, and I use that hashtag SerendipityEDU on Facebook or on Instagram or on Twitter. So I welcome you to connect with me that way so that we can stay connected, because we are so much better together. So let's dive in to our lessons to help others discover the best in themselves. And the first lesson is that there is always more to someone's story than what meets the eye. And I think this is a super important lesson right now, because people put their highlight reel on social media. And when our connection is based pretty much solely on social media right now, we are seeing the best of what's going on in someone's life. And we need to understand that there's absolutely more to their story than what they're showing on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Yes, they may do a cool activity with their children, and we think, oh, I wish I had the time to do that with my children. But there's other things going on in their lives. There's other challenges. There's other difficulties. There's always more to the story. And knowing that is really important, and especially important right now. And it's also important as we are serving students and staff through this crisis, because there is so much more going on in their lives than what we're asking them to do associated with learning. And understanding that less is more right now is a really important concept. I love this quote by Brad Meltzer, which is, "Everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind, always." And it is hard as our emotions run high. I'm not saying ignore those negative emotions that you have. Absolutely embrace the kaleidoscope of emotions that you're experiencing. Embrace those negative emotions, because they're there for a reason. They're going to teach us something, but don't stay in them. Embrace them, work through them, peel that onion, and then live in a positive space where we can be kind to each other always. You know, I think it was Monday morning, I snapped, my son's looking at me right now, but I snapped at my husband, and he said, "Oh, you're getting sick of being around me all the time." And I thought, oh, that is not the message that I want to send, because I'm absolutely not sick of being around him all the time. I mean, there are some things I'm sick of right now, but I am so grateful for this time that I get to spend with my family. Not every second of it am I grateful, but overall, I'm so grateful. And I want to send a message to them that I love them. I want to come out of this crisis closer than when we entered it. And there is huge opportunity to do that. And so it is incumbent upon me to really try to think before I speak and to be kind always. This is my family. There's my husband, Jim, and my son, Lane, who just graduated from high school. And I'm so grateful that he had a senior year last year. So he ended up taking a year off school this year. And so his life is kind of normal right now because he works in fast food and he is still working. So his schedule is normal right now. And who knows what the next few weeks, how that might change. So we're just grateful for that. And then my son Tyson is 13. And this is like his dream life. I think we made home a little too comfortable, and he really likes being here. And, you know, my son connects with people through social media, through video games. And so he still feels right now pretty well connected to the people he wants to be connected with. And that's different to think about our children who are so used to connecting via social media, and just life has changed for them. It's different than how it's changed for us. And so we're trying to look at their lives through our lens, but really our lens isn't accurate. So some of my son who just graduated, it was like one of those graduations where you're like, he made it. I remember when I graduated from high school and I thought, why are they having a party for me? I didn't even work hard. I got good grades. Like it was a piece of cake, but life in school was not a piece of cake for my son. And it's not because of his intelligence, because he absolutely is capable of anything that his teachers would ask him to do. But it's because of some other struggles that he had along the way. And quite frankly, with the idea of embracing the importance of education. And that's really hard. I've dedicated my life to education. I'm a school principal, and to have a son who doesn't see the value, despite me raising him alongside my husband, it was a huge challenge in my family. So here I am, like serendipity, woohoo person, and still have some challenges at home. And of course, we all have challenges right between our own two ears. So I share my story to encourage you that none of us are perfect. I am so grateful for these men, these boys in my life, and I wouldn't want it any other way. And I know that my son Lane, who just graduated from high school, is going to be a tremendous success in his life. He's just taken a different pathway than I did and many others do, and that's absolutely okay. So here is where we go into MendteMeter, and we share challenges that we've had in our lives. And I'm going to switch back, and I'm going to show you that MendteMeter. So I was with 18 educators, and we said there's always more to your story than what meets the eye, and what's something that others might not guess about you. And so we go through this MendteMeter. I wonder if we can scroll down. Well, they said more than I love to garden. So we do show them one by one, but it won't let me, maybe if I prevent it, it won't let me share it. There we go. I worry all the time. I have anxiety. I'm the most indecisive person on the planet. Insecure and lack self-confidence, both professionally and personally. A really nice guy. My own worst critic. Hanger. I read that differently than what was intended, but that's like hungry anger. Hanger is legendary and dangerous. Loud and obnoxious. Was not interested in special education until after graduation. So we can see that these people were not going through a global pandemic. They are successful educators, yet they still have some struggles like anxiety and insecurity. We all have that. And we might appear on the surface to be confident and comfortable in ourselves and comfortable in our, kind of where we are in our lives, but we all have struggles. So the question is, how does knowing that there's always more to someone's story help in our day-to-day interactions. And knowing that there's always more to someone's story than what meets the eye, these lessons that we can take that can help us be even better tomorrow is that people need our grace, not our judgment. That we need to stop seeking perfection because it does not exist. And the reality is we may never know the truth behind a knowing little smile we see. We might not know that somebody has a traumatic background, but trauma-informed supports can help everyone in our lives. We don't need to know someone else's story to know that they have a story and that they have challenges. And I firmly believe that we have a responsibility to help each other, and we have no right to hurt one another. And I'm looking at my clock and thinking my time might be close to up. And I don't know, right now I'll escape out and I'll go back and to see, am I close to time up or do I have a little bit more time?
Just a couple of minutes, yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna zoom to the end. Ooh, look at all this. I guess I had like hours of content instead of 30 minutes. I'm just going to share a few little treasures, just knowing that it's so important right now, more than ever, right? As we're facing challenges we've never faced before, to understand that the words that we tell ourselves have even more power than the words we tell others. And so often we say things to ourselves that we would never think of saying to someone else. So making sure that you are as kind to yourself as you are to your students and staff and everyone around you is so important, that you're taking care of yourself. And self-care is not adding something to your to-do list. Self-care is listening to your heart, to your mind, to your body, and taking care of yourself in a way you deserve to be taken care of. And then this Macklemore quote I love, don't try to change the world. Find something that you love and do it every day. Do that for the rest of your life, and eventually the world will change. And right now, as we're at home, as we're distance learning, make sure that you embed doing something that you love into your everyday. All you need to do is move inch by inch toward the person you want to become. That's enough. You are enough. So thank you so much for having me on. It's been a joy to be able to spend a little bit of time with you. And you can reach me at AllysonApsey.com. Feel free to email me, AllysonApsey@gmail.com. And then I'm on all the social medias at AllysonApsey. So thank you very much.
Great, Allyson. Thank you so much. I really like the words that you mentioned, live in positive emotions and be kind. I think that's exactly what all of us need now.
Yes, yeah, me too. I'm right there with you.
So thank you very much for all your encouraging words and also sharing your story.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me. Best wishes.
Right. I see that I don't see any questions,
Okay.
but I see that people were joining later, so they probably haven't got quite to the end yet.
Okay.
So, but I'm sure if there are any questions, your Twitter contact details will be under this video and they will be able to connect with you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Allyson. And we'll give the stage now to Erika.
Okay,
How does that sound? Okay.
Great.
Bye. Thanks.
Hello.
Hi, Erika.
Hi. How are you?
Welcome back. Thank you very
you.
much for joining in today, as I said before. And the stage is yours now.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. And that couldn't have been a better thing to follow. She's incredible. And I love everything she said. And it actually kind of leads into what I'm doing here as well. So I also know I'm going to have too much. So let me, anybody who knows me personally is not shocked by that. So sharing my screen, I'm hoping that I'm on here as well. Let's see. Now, is that?
Yes, that's working now. I can see that.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. So let's show the screen. Do you see? I don't see myself either, so I'm just going to wing it.
That's okay. You can put it also on the full presentation if it would be easier. Then we'll see only the slides without the full.
What's that? I'm sorry.
You can put it on presentation mode.
Oh, okay. Presentation mode.
No, you write sharing the screen. You can share your screen, go to your presentation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I should know this, by the way. And present.
Good, that's great. And now we have a full screen. Thank you.
Fabulous. Okay, no, I was looking for having my face there, but hopefully I'll just.
Your face is here. Your face is here. We can see that. It's probably only you that you see only your own presentation.
That's
right. But you're good to go.
I've done live before, but I think I'm out of practice. All right. Well, once again, my name is Erika Sandstrom, and I am a digital media teacher, but wearing many hats right now. And I just want to thank you all for being here, because I know we all have a lot going on right now. So it really makes me happy that people are chiming in. And oops. Okay. So am I? Well, a little bit about me. I've been teaching for 30 years and all grades, pretty much grade 3 through 8. And I've also started a mindfulness club called Mindful Superheroes, and lots of other things. I'll let you guys read that on your own, because I want to get to the fun stuff. But my latest passion is being able to find this marriage between mindfulness and the green screen and social emotional learning. It's amazing how many opportunities there are for this every single day, not just in the activities that you can do, but also just watching these students on the green screen and working together to create things to make the world better. But also they're actually having arguments and working it out. And it's just a teachable moment. So anyway, here's my information about how to reach me. There's a lot of green screen gals in there, so you can find me, I'm sure, for more resources. So what are we going to do today? Let's see. Hopefully a lot. The no green screen contest. I thought this would be fun because obviously I have a green screen behind me. I'm wearing a little bit too much green. My sister's a professional photographer, Sarah Sandstrom, and she would have a field day with me right now. I was going to change my screen background, but because we're at home, IT can't allow me to have the password to do that, because on Zoom you can actually do that. Anyway, so what we learned here is, oh, I'm so sorry. Hold on. It's easier when you can see yourself. One slide back. Okay, well, I'll come back to that. On most of my slides, I have a website for you all to follow along with this. So let's go back one slide right here, tinyurl.com/greenscreengal. So this is the slideshow I'm showing right now, and I have that on most of my slides, and people can find it in the replay. I also want you to know I have tutorials for this that will be attached, and you can sign up for my newsletter and my Facebook page, because there's no way in this amount of time I can teach everything. So please know there's a little bit of a learning curve, but don't give up. You can do it. Okay, so first of all, I want to show you in WeVideo some of the shenanigans you can do without a green screen. Get to the fun stuff. So this is my hallway at my school, and that is my classroom right there. And all of these things that I used in this clip are in their media library, and they're free right now for all educators and teachers. But they also have a free 30-day trial for people that aren't teachers. So parents, you would love this. And then hopefully if I have time, I'm going to show you my other favorite green screen shenanigan app, the Doink app. And they have a new feature with their text tool. I'm sorry for the lagging on this. So I want to teach you all how to do that. I've been posting some things and people have been begging me to show them. So I thought, what better time? Okay. So common sense says, with the tutorials after this live, watch, pause, and do. Just take your time with it and don't give up, because a lot of people get scared of technology and they run away. So don't. Promise me you won't. Why am I here today? Okay, so our new global reality. This is true for all of us. There's people out there trying to start online businesses that have never even used online tools. And you just heard from our other presenter too, that she's used to doing things in person. So I want to help people get comfortable with all kinds of technology. So I'm going to be posting and doing some more lives and things like that for all kinds of things, just to help people get comfortable. Because video production is probably the most powerful thing right now. I'm a very busy girl, pretty much overnight. So parents and teachers are wearing too many hats right now. So I want to help you with some fun ideas, because if your kids or even you guys get into this, they will get out of your hair, I promise. And self-care, just like she mentioned, self-care is really important right now, that we practice that more than anything. And this whole slide I'll let you watch on your own, but basically it's all about energy and how our energy will carry or spread to everybody around us and our children, and we have to be mindful of that. But this is a really cool little experiment about how energy travels. I am a yoga instructor as well, and that's the reason I'm so into all of this. So what is self-care? All right. Well, I think we all know what self-care is, but the part I'm here for today is the joy part. We all know to breathe and do all these things to help us, but we need joy. We need laughter. We need to run around and be silly. So I have some resources here for that I've put together. So back to the fun stuff. Benefits of using a green screen. I'm not going to read this to you, but there's just the problem solving alone is my favorite. So it's just great. You'll see. Okay, so how do we create this magic? All right. That is Misty, my neighbor's cat upstairs, and I was cat sitting a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't help myself. Now with Misty, all I had to do was I tried to get her to sit on a green cape or probably this green shirt, and she wasn't having it. So I used a website called remove.bg, which I will show you later, remove.bg. And green screen, not just green screen, but this project I'm showing you today is not just for the little ones. This is my dad's, my 80-year-old dad. Sorry, Dad. He hates when I tell people his age. You look great. And he made this over Christmas, all his idea. And he wanted to, I can't get to the good part here. He wanted to, he had all the ideas himself and make a Christmas card and a New Year's card for his friends.
And we sure hope that all your problems only last as long as your New Year's resolutions. Skål.
So as you can see, this is their backyard in Florida, and this gator, and he brought in some birds and some fireworks. And this is one from an assisted living. I have a company that we go out and share the joy of green screen or volunteer our green screen at assisted livings. And they're some of my favorite folks to work with. They're just so creative. They have a blast. WeVideo is free right now. This video is great with John Klein. He will explain it to you on their website, and you just click on here to get the free account. You have to fill out a form. And like I said, they do have a free 30-day trial as well. So here we go. So I want to show you a little bit about this. And I probably should have muted all my videos, huh? Okay. I want to show you this, a little bit of a demo here, but I did put each step here. And instead of reading you the steps that won't make sense until I show you, I just wanted you to know they're here because there's so many options in this program. Okay. So I will come back to this. I'm going to go over to WeVideo. Now in WeVideo, once you sign up and everything, there are tutorials for that as well, just to get you comfortable. There is a learning curve, but for this project, let me show you what it looks like inside. So there's two types of video tracks. You can do a storyboard, which is what a lot of apps are, where you just put pictures and things and right in a row, but you can't manipulate the timeline as much. And then the timeline mode, and this is the timeline. Now this one is a little fancy. I'm going to show you an easier one in a minute. But what I did is I just imported a picture of the hallway at our school, and you could get a picture of your yard. You can get a picture of your living room and have things going on there. You could, all kinds of shenanigans. Let's see, even your closet. All right. So what I did here is on this timeline, I just planned out when I wanted certain things to happen. So as you can see, it just depends on the animal and what they're doing. Now, this bird here, I had to put twice because he would just disappear into thin air. So I will show you that as well. And once again, if this is too much right now, don't worry, there will be a tutorial that you can watch on your own time. So in WeVideo, just a quick demo. Like I said, I planned way too much. It's just hard not to share. Okay, so this is our cafeteria at school. And I made this last night and put in a few things. So what you would do in WeVideo is when you open it up, you have a timeline. And this is a very basic tutorial for now. Video track 1 is your background, whatever's behind you, obviously. And then video track 2 is anything on green, and then audio. And you can add as many video tracks as you want. As you saw in my one with the animals, I had 6 tracks. So to do that, you just click on this and click add track. Then under stock media is awesome. This is why I chose to do this today. They have so much in here already, videos, pictures, everything. But if you just put green screen in, you're going to find all kinds of fun stuff. So let me go ahead and put a background in. Let's see. You could even just pick one from here. You don't have to go to your living room. Let's go to the beach. Okay, so you drag it down into video track 1 as your background. Then for video track 2, stock media. Okay. Green screen animals. So here's that rhino I loved. Is that a rhino? What is that? So anyway, and what's neat about this is you'll learn all this in the tutorial, and it'll be a lot easier to follow. That is, any solid background can be removed here. So what you do is you double click on this, and you have some tools here. And in their program, they have all kinds of things. This is for size and things like that. But this one with the little face here, the color keying is the magic key. So you click on the eyedropper and you take out the background. I use defringe a lot because sometimes there's some green halo around things, but for these clips, you usually don't have to. So then you save it, and then I'm going to go check out where he is. Now, if you click on this first one, you can see the size, and you see the frame here. And the frame is the key to this, because if you have him walk in from over here, he's going to walk in from thin air. So you have to make sure that the frame matches your screen. So let's see if that works for us. See if you can walk down the beach. And there he is. Look at that. Okay. Cracks me up every time. Okay, so green screen animals, there's green screen birds, there's green screen backgrounds, but what's even really fun is they have some cool, really cool things. They, where is that one? With the sand. Put sand in, hopefully find it. Here we go. This one, I love this. So you can also do things like this, where you can use one of their features where you double click on this, and I'm going to move this cursor down. Once again, I'm going back to color keying. You just click on this. It doesn't do anything after that. You just have to know that it's clicked. Get rid of the green. And then behind that, you can put a video of yourself jumping up and scaring people, or anything really. So let's just put the beach there. So when you use this feature, this is so fun, and you wipe this away, you reveal things. Now, I don't have time to go into all of this, but like I said, there's tutorials I have linked for you, and some I've made myself, where you can add text up here. They have some awesome animated text. audio, transitions, and everything else. But for fear of overwhelming, I'm going to go back to my slideshow. Okay. Now, I'm looking at the time. I'm already halfway through, and I'm not even close. Okay, let's see. This is so different than teaching in person. When people don't, you can't hear people's reactions. Maybe I don't want to. Okay, so it's important to plan your scenes. This is one I did with me running from Bob. We call him Bob in my classroom. This is right outside my house, actually. I just in my front walk. And when you film these backgrounds, you just have to make sure that you give lead time before and after. So if you want to do one of these videos, make sure you leave time for the dinosaur to get through. A lot of people will film, but they'll forget about the front and the end of that. Here's one I did with my students. And the acting part is the best part of these. Get people to act. So here's 28 kids in a room, and this is what happened there. Hope you can hear it.
Oh my God, is that a Oh my God, let me tell Mr. Busey. Oh my God, guys, let's go.
Okay, so that is literally outside my classroom. Looking out our window. We just sat on the counter and everybody joined in. It was really fun. And here's another one. With some girlfriends of mine.
Hanging on my deck with my peeps. What a beautiful day. Oh my God! Oh, see that? What is that? Oh my God! Oh my God! It's a harbor seal in Beverly? That's really big. In Orca in Beverly? Oh my stars. Not deep enough. Oh my God!
Yeah, it gets me every time. Okay, so one thing that's really important to hear, oops, sorry. You'll have more fun watching this without me here. So making a tripod is really helpful too, especially if you want to film. Please, 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 I'm begging you, do not empty the toilet paper roll, people, for this. There's other options. There's a video in here that will show you other options. I have this cup, Dunkin' Donuts cup. Here's my toilet paper roll.
It still works.
And
Still works.
the good old,
I don't need a new one yet.
we don't need to watch this video, sorry. And we have the good old selfie stick. So there you go. Okay. Your cat, you could put on something green, or you could just use remove.bg. And this will teach you how to finish your creation. So I am going to push through this part and get to the second part because I want to show you the fabulous Doink app. Now, Doink is, goodness. Doink is incredible. WeVideo is for Chromebooks and the computer. They also have an iOS app, but the timeline part is online, so it's great for Chromebook users. Doink is iOS, so you have both worlds. To me, in my opinion, they work best together. They're incredible. I'm obsessed with Doink a little bit too much. If anybody knows that about me too, I have stickers on my phone and everywhere. And let me show you a little bit about this. Now, the thing about Doink is it is a one-time purchase app. It's not, they don't have a subscription, so they're not able to give it away for free. It's a $4.99 purchase, but you get a lifetime of updates. You are a customer for life. And I don't know, it's just my little 2 cents on this. It's three wonderful people that run this company by themselves. This is Karen and Melinda and Dick Fryland. He is the coder, but they're just incredible. So I also have a bunch of free ones to give away at the end to some winners. Yes, raffle time. So this is one of the things I wanted to show you. Hopefully I have some time. And they have a new text feature. So I've just been playing around with the text. and figured a few things out. Okay. Some of my slides are missing, my bad. All right, here we go. I apologize for that. So some of the things you can do with the words, I mean, that's kind of unwritten right now. I just started this a few weeks ago, and this was the first one I made. We were trying to think of negative things in our life we'd like to get rid of. So right now, I think everybody could do this one. And we're also making some with positive words too. So it's not just about getting rid of the negative, but it's also about bringing in the positive. Okay, that's a fun one. So a lot of my students are working on throwing words on top of the planet using this text tool. So I can't wait to show you that when it's done. And then this is for later, but I just wanted to share it with you. I have a student who wanted to make something to help people with a glitter jar to learn how to meditate or use it for a calm down jar. So that's on YouTube, and it's great. There's a 2-minute version for kids too, but it shows you the endless possibilities for social emotional learning in green screen. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to try to get my iPad going on here and do a little live, but I did take some screenshots and some video clips for you to watch me actually do it. Plus, it's in the tutorial. So basically, you just need either a picture or a film of you doing something. It could be dancing, could be a cartwheel or whatever. It doesn't matter as long as there's some kind of movement, because you can match the word to where you think the contact would happen. It's super, super fun to try. Take some patience, but here is a live of me doing this. Okay, so in the green screen, the bottom row, just like in WeVideo, is the background. So I have the video. Now this, I wasn't really at this golf course. I had to use green screen clips because of what's going on right now. But I'm going to pretend I was really there. That's not really a golf club, but that's okay. So I did. Tell you what, I'm just going to show you on my iPad. You can watch that later. Okay. Okay. So, and where did it go? Oh, here it is. Wow. This is harder than I thought. Okay. So let's see if we can get my screen to come up. If not, I will move on. It worked this morning. So I hope you guys are thinking about something you can swat away or catch. All right. Gotta love live. Nope, not that one. This is where I have my students play elevator music in my classroom. Technical difficulties, please stand by. And they literally do. It's hilarious. Okay, let's see. That should be coming up. And nope, not going to work for me. Okay, plan B, C, and D. So by watching this, you can see how I do this. I'm going to continue to try to get this to work. Let you watch that. Okay, so what you do there is you move it down to where you think the movement, the contact will happen. And then you go to the second row. I'm going to show you here. I'm going to grab the text tool right here. And the text tool, you just type in whatever you want to type. Up here, you have where you can change it to middle or center. You can change the color of your text here. And you can change the background of your text here. You don't have to have a background, but for this one, it works really well. But sometimes you can just have the word. Okay. So what you do with that text. Okay. That didn't finish. What was in this one? Okay. Come on, universe. going to make me cry. Okay. Let's see. Lonely screen. That's what it's called. So because that's happening, I promise you the tutorial will be fantastic. In the timeline, what you do is when you put the word there, there's a path where you can use the path to draw it down. You just take the word in the center, there's a yellow dot, you drag it down, and then you swat it away. So it literally, and then you line up the person with that afterwards. So let me show you this one. I'm so sorry for that. Okay. And as you can see, I have a second one coming down. Now on the second one, what's really fun is I did some twisting of it. So I made it twist. I know my face is telling you how I feel right now. It says it's working here. If I can just get Lonely Screen to come up. Lonely Screen. Come on, Lonely. I literally tested this all morning. Okay, so I might have to kick it old school and show you. Let me finish up the rest of these, and then I'm going to literally show you my iPad because I don't want you to miss out on this. So if you still want to, I hope you join my new Facebook group or go to greenscreengal.com and sign up for my newsletter because I'm going to be emailing out the tutorials to all of this. I'm also going to be posting them everywhere on Twitter and those places as well. But the really detailed ones will be found here. Here's some royalty-free sites where you can find your own fun clips in case that you didn't find the ones that you want in there. And also, I have some extra folders full of royalty-free clips for you. I would love it if people create things in WeVideo or this project and hashtag them create to unify. I want to see some magic help unify everybody right now and some joy. So we would love to see what you come up with. And this is how you can contact me and my Facebook group. There's also an optional survey, which I can get more information from you about what you need green screen wise, because I am trying to build a green screen community because it's just starting to spread. Everybody wants to learn right now. And also some more ways to get a hold of me. There's a lot. And I want to thank you for being here today. I'm going to try to show you live after this on my iPad, just by holding it up and see if that actually works. Got to go with the flow. Okay. I can hear my parents laughing right now. I really can in Florida. I hope you're all laughing. Okay. Let's see. Okay, hi. Are you all, is anybody there? I hope not. Okay, so create new projects. I just wanted to show you really quickly. What this timeline looks like. Tell you what, maybe that's why it wasn't presenting. Let me try this. Elevator music, please. Nope, I give up. Okay. So with the screen, as you can see, I have myself. No, you can't see. I have myself moving here. And the words go down the timeline. So when you add text, help me. I don't even think you can see this. Help me. Okay, there's a yellow dot there. This is the worst way to do this. I didn't have my connectors here at home. We couldn't get back into school for my iPad. So right there, that yellow dot. So basically, you drag it down and then you swat it away. So when you play this, and it swats away. So it literally is the movement that you want. If you want to get really fancy, you can not just drag it down and swat it away, but you can spin it. Literally, this is, oh my God. I promise you, your tutorial is going to be awesome, where you can just do this on your own. So basically, I just keep spinning it around. So, and actually the creators of Doink showed me that. It's pretty cool. So when you spin it and then you drag it down, it will do the flip thing. I don't know if that made any sense. I apologize for that. And I hope to see you all again so we can actually play properly. And I will have those tutorials ready for you very soon. I don't know if she's still there.
Hi, Erika.
I'm so sorry.
Well, we all work with technology, right? It happens sometimes. It doesn't work for us when we need to.
The one day I needed it to, I literally was practicing since 7 this morning, and it was doing it just fine. I don't know what is going on, but yeah. So I apologize for that, but the tutorials will be fine because I won't be doing that. I'll actually just show you step by step by step. But as long as people know what they can do and what's coming,
absolutely, you gave a good overall understanding of what is possible to do, and I'm sure whoever is interested to try to use those software, they can do that, and they can come back to your tutorial and get a better understanding. So
and
thank you very much.
On again and try it again if I have to.
Right.
But I'm definitely gonna make sure everybody has that. So thank you so much.
Right. Thank you very much for being with us. And actually, I really like what you said at the beginning. I really wanted to point out at it that all of us, we do need to practice self-care. I think this is the time when we really have to do it, not just for ourselves, but also for other people as well around us.
Exactly. And I was hoping to bring joy to people with these projects. So I hope they give them a try.
Yes.
And reach out. Anybody reach out anytime for help so I can help you get there.
You will have Erika's Twitter details under this video. I hope you had a good time, and technology doesn't work sometimes, but who cares? You know, we have great people who are trying to help all of you now to know how to use technology, even if it's sometimes, exactly not what it's planned to, but anyway.
Well, I'll tell you, the comedy of just watching me right now was enough joy for a lot of people. So I hope you're laughing as much as I know my family is right now.
But we very much appreciate it.
So, Erika.
Okay, great, Erika. Thank you so much. We're running out of time, and it's been a pleasure to have you around. And if there are any questions, that people will contact you directly. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Great. Bye.
Bye. Take care.